activity has been performed before. And if you're not comfortable with it, I apologize. However, it will pass across the message that I'm trying to relay today. If you would be comfortable being treated the way the Islamics are treated today in this society, in this country, please stand up. If you would be comfortable being treated the way the Islamic community is treated in this country, please stand up. If you would be comfortable being treated the way the African American community is treated in America, please stand up. That's one person. If you would be comfortable being treated the way the LGBT community is treated in America and across the world, please stand up. What I'm getting is that we are aware, we know that there might be a discrepancy in the way the LGBT community may be treated, the way the Islamic community may be treated when they're going through security, the way someone may be treated either by a police officer or the way someone will treat a police officer because of the job that they're doing. We are aware. But what are we doing? As a person, what are you doing to be sure that you're not propagating this hate? That you're not in any way supporting the way the hate is being propagated by someone else? At some point, I understood there was an issue. I knew, I didn't understand. I knew there was an issue. I was aware of it. And then one time I'm driving down the road, I get pulled over. Before I got pulled over, this cop followed me for probably 10 minutes. It was 10 o'clock at night. I did not know it was a police officer. It was just a car tailing me. This was on a road that was, max speed was 45. I was driving, started thinking to myself, okay, so this person will keep tailing me. I slow down, he slows down, or she slows down, I didn't know who it was. I speed up, they speed up. And I started thinking, when I hit close to the next turn, I will not indicate, I'll just swerve and turn and wait and see if they follow me. But just before I got to that turn, the lights came on. It was a cop, so I was like, well, at least it's a cop, I know what it is. So now I'll deal with that. So I got pulled over. The police officer came to my side. He asked me, driver's license and insurance card. I provided them. He asked me, where are you coming from? Coming from work, sir, going home. Have you been drinking? No, sir. Are you okay? Yes, sir. Have you been drinking? No, sir. Coming from work, going home. He took my driver's license and my insurance card like they do. For me, it was a normal process. I didn't expect much out of it. He went back, sat in his car. And for 15 minutes, we hang out. Me in my car, him in his light still going. And I sat there and waited. I didn't know what to do. It was 10 o'clock at night. I could come out of my car, but then I will have violated something. I don't know. I just sat there. And around 15 minutes in, I texted my husband. I said, well, if I'm not home in 10 minutes, I need you to drive up Colbert Road. I've been pulled over and I've been sitting here for a while. The police officer finally came back around that time. Asked me the same questions again. Have you been drinking? No, sir. Where are you going? Heading home, just coming from work. Are you sure you're okay? Yes, sir. He gave me back my driver's license and my insurance and I drove off. And as I was driving off, I asked myself, why was I pulled over anyway? And I didn't think about it. I just let it go. I kept going. About a few, maybe 2 or 3 weeks later, just scrolling through Facebook and a post's come up to my page and it's, say her name, Sandra Bland, get her justice, and I just look at the article and see what is it. Sandra Bland, 28 years old, was pulled over because she did not use a turn signal while changing lanes. The next morning, she was dead in police custody. We've had different variations of this story. She committed suicide, she was killed. No one seems to exactly know what is expected. And from that day, I decided, what am I doing to stop the hate? Because at that point, some people are saying, it's horrible police officers, it's injustice, and yes, we can keep fighting one thing or the other, but any time hate is propagated, there is someone who had it at an early stage. There was a friend of yours who made an ignorant statement. There's a cousin, there's a relative, there's someone at your work who made an ignorant statement. And you were stupefied, and you looked at them, and you felt bad for them, and you felt so sorry for their ignorance, but you would probably change the topic, change the subject to avoid confrontation. We have all been there. We all have those friends, we all have that family who will make an ignorant statement, and you know in your hearts of hearts that this is a good person, but they're making such an ignorant statement. But what do you do about it? What I'm asking you today is, when someone makes that ignorant statement, that statement that stupefies you so much that you're almost dumbfounded, call them out on it. Let's stop it. When someone tells you, well, all Muslims are Islamists, you ask them, are you sure all Muslims are Islamist? Do you realize more Muslims are being killed by the extreme Muslims than any Christian, than any America is being killed today? When someone tells you a gay person will get HIV, is it being gay, or is it the sexual choices that you make that get you HIV? Straight or gay, you can get it. So anytime when someone makes that statement, please be the voice. Be the voice to stop the hate. Be sure you are that person who's an active participant in stopping hate, in stopping the propagation of hate in our society, and not a bystander. Do not be a supportive bystander, because with that, when you stay silent, you're not helping. Remember when Martin said that first they came for the communist, but I was not a communist, so I did not speak out. Then they came for the socialists and the trade unionists, but I was not one of them, so I did not speak out. Then they came for the Jews, but I was not Jewish, so I did not speak out. And when they came for me, there was no one left